BFF, if you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support or a little inspiration whenever this may find you. From the community page to the OG scry, the scroll, and as promised, we are going to flip it for perspective possibilities. We'll scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We may add on some more oracle cards, but the layout's already there if you were at the community page. And where Mr. Ghosty here is kicking, we have GhostTube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our Auric adventures. Overall, pleased to receive release freely. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. I appreciate your time, attention, awareness, as your perspective and presence is powerful. Let's dive in. So here's the scroll. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Drop an emoji. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated. As well, we have the Shaman's Palm layout, as is pretty much my go-to, and then usually ends up as just a big old chaos vision board. But we're going to stick to it today, and we'll wander through those caves. All right. Okay, so there is an energy here that I'm seeing right in here that popped out at me. It's almost like there's an energy here that has a defense mechanism. I'm seeing it like a cartoon so I can receive it well. And it's almost like if you saw, I'm going to go to Bugs Bunny best I can, or maybe in the Looney Tunes, anywhere in the Looney Tunes land. Bart Simpson, actually. Bart Simpson. So,
I'm not sure.
Homer, when he would like strangle Bart, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the way I'm stepping into this, though, is because somebody here, but I'm going to... I jump from first person to first person on your end all the time, so hopefully you're okay with that. I'm down here, and I am receiving... The best I'm going to say is wings. But these wings actually look like rings.
Can you repeat?
These wings look like rings. I think it is part of this growth and evolution. Spiral out. Okay, thank you. Because there's Care Bears in here. So this makes me feel... Oh, there's the wings up there as well. Hilarious. I didn't even look at the cards. How was that pop? And it's part of like the Care Bears. It doesn't mean you have to like the Care Bear cartoons or, you know, there's something about, yes, the unity of them, that they work as a team, that they all have their own strengths. Something about the clouds for sure, and I'm wondering if it has something to do with this Cave of Hearth Fires with Angel Divine Messenger. So you're connected to something, because I'm seeing this as a big trunk. And different people trying to get out your bark of being, or bark up your tree of being. I don't know what that is. But it's like on the surface of the tree trunk. Imagine if you could, like, this tree trunk, and then there's maybe these pests that are trying to crawl up the bark to get to the leaves. But then there's also positive things too, don't get me wrong, that are utilizing your trunk, or you also utilizing your trunk of perhaps DNA, your genetics, what might have seemed like a setback was really a catalyst after all. It's like taking the woe is me's of whatever storylines one might, or attributes from our parents, or from the way we grew up, or the town we lived in, or... And I'm not trying to diminish those very potent feelings when we're at certain ages and in certain environments, but I feel like at this very moment now, I feel very aware of their value, and I'm using them to my advantage, because they were always there for my advantage. They were always there for my advantage. I just had to understand them to not feel them as a disadvantage. But I admit, in the moment here, I'm feeling like those are all disadvantages. But wherever you are now, you understand, or you've really embodied the advantage of it. which makes it feel very, very whole. And because of that, and maybe, I don't want to say because of that, but because of that, now maybe others around you, or it attracts, like certain trees or certain flowers, certain ecosystems attract certain pests and other life to coexist, like an ecosystem. And I can just see them up this bark, and the tree as the example utilizing other resources or elements to say, help me out here to rid of this pest or to lure them into a different direction. These could be people in your life. This could be mindsets, habits that you're working through, mantras, or, just kind of like invasive thoughts where interrupting becomes a very positive thing. People are like, don't interrupt me, it's rude. But when you can interrupt your own spiral of sorts that, is an evolution or a de-evolves, interrupting that is very positive. Be like, no, this is not what I want to think. It's not dismissing the thought or the habit of it or the feeling of it. It's like, okay, I feel it. I notice it. What's the value here? What's the value? And this isn't so much like, oh, what's only the positive aspect. I truly don't know how to say it because I don't know what it is, but it has this brilliance and this almost genius about it. It's like a genius growth.
Amber.
Oh, interesting. Okay. It's a genius growth. And it's like this whole side story here is kind of dealing with different parts. There's a chariot, but the chariot is not being run by a horse. I'm actually getting like, is it Sleepy Hollow or something like that? Yeah, I feel like I'm in Sleepy Hollow. There's another one too with the tree. Where am I? I need to wander down. American Gods, the show American Gods. Is it Wednesday, like Odin and his son? Yeah, see, there's something about like parents or birth. My forehead's getting really, really itchy. Okay, so you've gotten your wings. You've always had your wings, but it's almost like they were curled up. It's also something about a bowling ball. Carebear countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's a Yoda in there. There's also a panda, if that symbol means anything to anyone. There's been possibly an angel or a divine messenger that works with you quite specifically in helping you feel the wind beneath your wings. Feel the wind beneath your wings. It's almost like, I gotta write that down, sorry. Because specifically when I was talking about the tree, trying to work with other elements about these pests, and I saw wind come in very specifically, rain come in very specifically to help wash things away, an aggressive storm. This Yoda is also, there's a parachuting Yoda. Is it Yoda? Obi-Wan, Yoda Obi-Wan. I'm seeing when I feel the wind, that reminds me I have wings. It's like I wouldn't notice that I had wings until there was wind. And I'm on the front of the Titanic. I don't know if it's the Leo or the other, whoever it is at the front of the Titanic boat, feeling free, feeling the wind. It does feel like a beginning of some sort. Oh my goodness, like my forehead is crazy itchy in this thing. Like did I get a bug bite or something? Aleph with the beginning in the Cave of Rivers. It's that water element. This unity feels like wind. It feels like water, and there's fire there. Lightning flash, creative inspiration on earth, because you are a walking, talking inspiration. And just like interruption, it could be taken or received in different ways.
Finish.
All right, all right. There's, I'm seeing, what's that depiction? The fingers, like from God. I don't know who's the other one. I don't even know if it's actually God, to be honest with you. Sorry, I'm way too lucid now in the liminal. I don't know what's going on. It's when their fingers are almost touching. And it's like, but maybe one is like this, or at least that's the way I'm seeing it right now. And all this, I don't know, this finger needs to do is go boop, and then they touch. It's just like that little bit of effort makes the connection. Just that. I feel like that's how close. Right there. If these were two beings and those are their little hands, it's like that's how close somebody in the afterlife is to you. That's how close your guide is. That's how close this other galaxy is. This is how close your inspiration always is. Likewise, in a unified way, how close your triggers are. Good, bad, or ugly. But everything is to your benefit. And this is how I see this. Everything is to my benefit.
Look.
It may not always feel like that in the moment, because there's a Grinch here with, was it Cindy Lou maybe? Or is that a different one? There's a Grinch, and like this Grinch is like looking down at this. I'm in the negative space here. Like if this is the Grinch, and it's looking down at this little Cindy Lou who's just like, "What's up, Mr. Grinch? Do you want a hug? I don't know." And he's like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." But Cindy Lou like still responds and leans back and but doesn't necessarily, I'm realizing how much I don't really know about the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, but doesn't change her. But I can also accept that if somebody's a Grinch or a Grouch, then they're a Grinch or a Grouch. It's not my place to change them. It's not my place to modify them. Their growth, being a part of the unity of all the unified, all that is, I suppose, the Big Bang, and allowing people's fireworks to happen and see them and celebrate them in their own time. It's like getting a strike when you're bowling, and then it's like whoosh. And while there's a perfect game to be had, the game doesn't end because there's more lanes. Okay, I'm going to let you go. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. I'm so, so grateful for you. And until next time, so much love.